Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Stamp and Chat Live. I am Gina from Gina K Designs, and it's great to see all of you coming in from all around the world and all around the USA. Tonight, we're going to be playing with the new Autumn Splendor card kit, and we're going to be making a card with the stamp set from the kit tonight, and I'm really excited. The last two videos I posted, they weren't live videos, but they did use the kit. So far, I've used the ephemera, I've used the stencil, but not the stamp set. So tonight, we get it done. But before we get started, let's say hello to Tom. Hey, Tom.
Hey.
How are you?
I am better than horrible tonight.
Well, that's all that matters, right?
Yep. Living in the dead space.
So how was your weekend? Because I was not home. What'd you do all weekend?
I kept busy with work and music and lots of food.
Oh, good. Well, I was out of town. I was actually at my friend Kathy Racusin's house, and I spent a nice long weekend with my friends Jennifer McGuire, Christina Warner, Heidi Crowell, and Kathy. And we had a great time, and we actually went live. The four of us went live on Friday on Christina's channel before Heidi got there. Heidi was in transit because she's Simon Says Stamps mama, and they are working hard on getting Stamptember ready for everybody. If you don't know what Stamptember is, that's something over at Simon Says Stamp that starts at midnight on September 1st. I was going to say Stamptember 1st. So it's not even September anymore. Now it's Stamptember. My whole life, it's always going to be Stamptember going forward. And they release a different stamp set every night or every morning at midnight from all different companies. And we all collaborate with Simon Says Stamp, and it's so much fun. So she was busy working on that, so she couldn't get there as early as us. But we went live on Christina Warner's channel for a fun Q&A. So if you didn't get a chance to watch it, check it out. It was a lot of fun. We answered lots of questions, and some questions that people had about things like, you know, they want to work in the industry, or, you know, what's a great way to get on a design team? And then, you know, people asked a bunch of other fun questions, and we had a lot of fun answering them. But I am back home now, and I have to say, I did miss you guys a lot on Thursday. Thursday came and went, and it didn't feel right. But now we're back together again. So why are the hearts turning into mad faces? I don't know. Sometimes that happens. You know, you go to make a heart, and if you hold down the button too long, a whole bunch of other things come up, and sometimes you hit the wrong one. But if I see a mad face, I don't worry about it. I just think you're supporting something, that you're supporting me in some way, like maybe I smudged the ink and then you made the mad face along with me. So no worries. All right. Well, does anybody else's kit look like this already? Oh, a lot of you didn't get your kits yet, but we already started shipping. So when you get your kits, do you just throw everything in the box like I do? Well, this is what my kit looks like, because I had a lot of fun making those last two videos for you, 3 videos for you. And tonight I'm going to be using this stamp set. Now, let me get something here so you can see this better. So this is the Doodled Autumn stamp set. And I really, really love this stamp set. I feel like when we put this stamp set together, I felt like it was perfect for Emboss Resist techniques. I also feel like it's going to be amazing to use with the Simon Hurley Stamping Foam. So I put this out on my table to remind me that this is something I've got to try. And tonight I thought I would just do an Emboss Resist card. I love that technique, and with all the details in these beautiful stamps, I don't think you can go wrong with Emboss Resist. So I think the stamp that I'm going to use is this giant leaf tonight, this leaf here. But I'm going to use my Misty. So let me get that out, and I'm going to need my Score Buddy. I haven't even decided on colors or anything yet, because I think I'm going to need you guys to decide things like card base color and stuff like that with me. So for this card, I'm going to, like I said, use this big leaf, and I'm going to use a piece of white cardstock with it. And I want to use white cardstock because I'm going to be doing some ink blending. So I thought if I put the leaf like right here, and then I did the greeting underneath, we could emboss this leaf and get some beautiful color into this leaf. And instead of using big blending brushes, I thought it'd be fun to use the little blending brushes so we could really create a lot of different color looks all throughout this leaf. So let's see if my idea comes to fruition. If it looks like anything good. If not, it will end up in my trash can with lots of other things that are there. All right, so now, you know, I knew I was going to emboss resist, but did I prepare? No. So let me get my heat tool set up here. It's giving us a chance for everybody to get here. I know a bunch of people are finishing up dinner, and it takes everybody a little while to get here, but welcome everyone. I see you all coming in, and I see all your wonderful comments. Okay, so let's go back to the front shot. I got to address this because a bunch of people said it already. Yes, my hair is lighter. You like that? So I actually went to the salon today, and Rena made my hair blonder. So for the last year, I've been doing this. The last year, once a month, I go to Rena's salon and she adds a couple of foils in my hair to lighten it up a little bit. Well, for some reason today, she added a couple of foils and bam, the whole thing looked so much lighter. And I knew that was going to happen. It was going to be like one of the times where it just seemed to explode and you could see the color. So Rena did this. She styled it. It's all her, not me. I don't know what's going to look like tomorrow when I get my hands on it, but we'll see. But I'm liking it. I'm going lighter. I feel like the grays are going to blend in better if it's lighter. So we'll see how that goes. Okay, so back to the card. Now I'm going to use my embossing magic pad, and I am going to put this all over the surface of this white cardstock. Okay. Oops, I got a little gummy something there, and I don't want that on there. There we go. Okay, and then I'm going to place this, let's see. Will we continue with Tuesdays and Thursdays once summer is? Oh, yes, we will continue with Tuesday nights and Thursdays because it's going to be football season and we got to watch Monday Night Football, right, guys? I know not everybody likes football, but I love football. Okay, so I'm going to put this here because I want to cut this down using master layouts too. And I want to just see if this is going to work. I want to make sure I have enough room here. Okay. Oh, yeah, I'm going to have enough room. It's got stuck to my magnet. All righty. So everything's getting stuck everywhere. Let me put this back on here so I don't get too much powder and stuff on my stamp set. Now I'm going to stamp this with the Watermark and Embossing ink. Let me grab it. That's this ink here. We have our own Watermark and Embossing and Watermark ink. It's very similar to Versamark. So if you have Versamark, go with Versamark. That's totally fine. You don't have to use mine. But if you're looking for one or it's time to get a new one, this is a really great Embossing and Watermark ink pad. And we have it in an ink cube too, which is really great for traveling if you want to take some of your embossing stuff with you. Mine's very dirty. It always is, but it doesn't affect the way it works. It's just that I don't clean my stamps well enough. That's the problem. So this is a brand new stamp set. I haven't used this particular stamp yet. So I'm going to really ink it up well. Hopefully it'll take all that ink. And then I'm going to use my Chucky tool just because it's easier to ink this all up. Okay. There we go. I'm not pushing super hard. I'm just doing it a lot to make sure that I get good contact. Oh, that looks like a pretty good impression. Let me see. Does that look like good at the top? I'm going to do it one more time. I don't know if I actually inked up the stamp all the way at the top. So let's get a little more ink up there. And wish me luck that I get it right in the same spot because it is a very delicate stamp. I think it was okay. I don't know why I felt like I needed to do it again. I just wanted to be safe. Oh yeah, I feel like that's better. I feel like I can actually see it better. I know you guys can't see it on there too well, but if at all. Oh, yeah. Everybody's talking about Monday Night Football. I'm excited for football season. Do you guys have favorite foods that you like to have on football Monday or Sunday? Tom and I love to do homemade taco salad. Or don't wait. Well, do you do taco salad, Tom, or you do like you make your own burrito or something?
All the above.
All of the above. Okay. So you can see that's on there. Hopefully you can see that. But if not, no worries. You'll see it in just a minute. So I'm just blowing away the excess because I am going to do Emboss Resist, and I don't want any embossing powder where it shouldn't be. But that looks pretty good. So I'm going to heat this up with my heat tool. No updates yet on the Chucky tool. Sorry about that. I have to call that guy and see what's going on with that.
And question, will the stamp be sold individually at a later time?
Yes. The stamp will be sold individually at a later time. Everything in our kits goes into our regular inventory after our new kit debuts. So we have an amazing holiday kit coming out. And this one will go into our regular inventory when that debuts. Sometime in late September. Okay, that looks really good. All right, I'm going to put this over here. I almost don't want to mess this up with ink. Let me clean this stamp so that I'm not a total goblin. Putting my stamps away dirty. Although with a little embossing and watermark ink, that kind of never really hurts the stamps. It only makes them take ink better. So you can't go too wrong if you leave a little Versamark on your stamp. Okay, let me get that out of the way for now. Okay, so now we got to pick some colors. So I was thinking definitely an autumn theme. So I pulled out tomato soup, honey mustard, and prickly pear. Now, I don't know if this is going to be the best color combination, but I think I'd like to try. And I'm thinking maybe it would be pretty to start in the middle with the darkest color and work my way out almost like a rainbow like that, from tomato soup to honey mustard to prickly pear. Why don't we give it a try and see how it looks, right? I think it's going to look pretty good. We'll see. Okay. Alrighty. So how do I get the embossing powder to not stick everywhere? Well, I always use, this is my favorite embossing powder tool. I love it because you get a lot of powder on your project and it really dries anything up that's sticky on there. It really preps the paper well. I really love it. And if you do it on darker cardstock, all you have to do is use something like a Swiffer duster after you're all done to get any of that residue off. So if you did it on black cardstock, it'll come right off with a Swiffer. And I used clear embossing powder. No, I used white embossing powder for this. But you can use clear if you want. Because remember, whatever's underneath is going to show up as the color. So we're stamping on white, so you could use clear. All right, a little jelly bean green near the stem. Maybe. Let's see how this starts. Let's start right here and we'll kind of fan our way out. So let's give it a little color here. Ooh. Oh, isn't that pretty? You start to see that beautiful color. I feel like this is almost like a peacock, you know? This kind of leaf. So I'm using the tiniest little blending brush. And you can see I started in the center and it's kind of dark in there, but I got lighter as I worked my way out because I'm going to pick up some honey mustard next. And I really want to blend that out nicely together. So let's zoom in a little bit. Okay, how's that? Is that easier to see? So now we're going to go with the honey mustard ink pad. Fruit salad does sound great. I had a lot of fruit salad over the weekend, though, I'm not going to lie. So maybe I should hold off on the fruit salad. All right, so I'm going to start right on that tomato soup and work my way out a little bit. See how that's blending out really nicely? And if you feel like, you didn't get enough of that tomato soup in there now that it's starting to get blended out, you can go back in with that blending brush and add more to expand that color a little bit. In fact, I'm going to expand it a little more. I think I'm going to go down onto here just to get a lot more of that color. And then I'm going to extend that honey mustard a little bit more.
Robin wants to know when I'm going to make a card with you again.
Oh, when do you want to, Tom?
Well, aren't we still cleaning up from the last time?
It's not that bad anymore. I got everything. Well, that would be really fun. Do you think we could do it? I mean, I know it's hard with the way the system is set up because you're across the room, but we could figure it out, right?
Yeah, we could figure it out. Or maybe have another guest come on and make a card with you.
Oh, like Steven from the warehouse?
Uh-oh.
I wonder if he's watching tonight. Hi, Steven from the warehouse. If you're watching, I'm back. I keep threatening to get Steven from the warehouse to make a card because he makes the most beautiful cards and he doesn't even know it. And he's so funny about it too. So maybe I can talk him into it. We'll see. All right. So I feel like I need more. Is Rena here? Did somebody say Rena? I don't know. I don't know if Rena's here. She might be, you know, if she's at work and she has a minute to pop on, she might be. Okay, I'm adding more of the tomato soup. All right. I don't even want to tell you this, but I'm going to tell you anyway. Rena has a set coming out. She and I got together and she created something really amazing and I'm really excited about it. All right, I'm going up here with the honey mustard a little bit. And she said she'd go live with me when it comes out, Tom.
Make a card?
Yeah. All right, so now I've got that going. So now I'm going to add some prickly pear. So prickly pear is much more yellow than honey mustard, like much more green. Like this is an orange yellow. This is a green yellow. So I'm going to use this same blending brush. I can't really talk about Stamptember other than to say it's going to be amazing. Very excited about Stamptember. All right, so I'm just getting a little bit of this color and I'm bringing it out so it's more, you can kind of see how that's more gold up there than this warmth. I'm just bringing that on the ends here. Oh, I like this a lot. It's really pretty. It's very glowy. I want to make sure I can see everything. And I'm just following the shape of the leaf. I really love this kit, you guys. I really do. It's been so much fun for me. I'm a big ephemera fan, though. I love the ephemera. And so I'm having a lot of fun with that, too. Okay, so there, I've got those 3 colors in there, but I think we're definitely going to have to add some more tomato soup to this because I feel like there's not enough there. So I definitely want to bring more up into this part here. Just to get more of that color in there. And I feel like those other colors just make it glow. Okay, now let's go up like into here just a little. Into here. But we'll keep most of that glow on the edges. See, I'm just doing a back and forth kind of rubbing motion. But that yellow is still glowing around the edges, which makes it really look like it's glowing. But I want more of the tomato soup in there. Okay. All right. I feel like it's never done. They say a true artist is never done. They just abandon the project. I'm not a true artist, so I'm just done. How's that? Okay, let's see. The color for the glow is the honey mustard and prickly pear combination. And then the tomato soup is giving us that real autumny feel. Okay, so now I'm just rubbing the excess off.
They're never really done. The pizza just arrives.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, that's funny. And you can see when I rub over there, that white gets much brighter, so you can see the design of the leaf much better. I love that leaf. Okay, so why don't we cut this out using Master Layouts 2. Get that up here. There we go. No, there's not going to be a die set for this stamp set at this time. I don't know if we'll come up with one later. It really depends on how well it's received after it comes out as a standalone set. Okay. We just put so much into this kit with the ink and the die plate and the ephemera and a full pattern paper book that we kind of went over budget. We had to pick and choose. Plus, the way I envisioned this stamp set, I envisioned it as a stamp set to use for, you know, big card panels like this and background techniques and stuff. So I probably wouldn't use a die set on this one personally. Okay. All right. So I'm going to cut this out. Yeah, aren't the tiny little leaves in the leaf cool? Okay. All righty. So there we go. There is my leaf. I love it. It's nice and shiny there. And it's just glowing. Okay. So now I know I always use black, but I really feel like for this one, I'm going to use the brown again. So I have a piece of dark chocolate. Now I'm going to use dark chocolate with this die. This is the layer panel for the Master Layouts 2, the little background, that little shadow layer. And then I want to cut out the word thanks. So let me find that in my big mess here. I want to cut the word thanks out. So I'm just actually going to cut it out. I'm going to lay it right down here. Then I'm going to put the cardstock on top, and then I'm going to cut this out. So I'm actually cutting the thanks right out of the center here. I don't need the center. Nobody's going to see it. It's going to be all covered up with that leaf panel. So this way, with our cardstock shortages that we're all having, we can kill 2 birds with 1 stone, and we can conserve a little bit of cardstock. See? So I know that looks funny, but when you put this on top, you're not going to see it, right? That'll be perfect. And then we're going to punch that out using my craft pick, if I can find her somewhere. Yes, I agree. Brown works really nicely for autumn. I might cut 2 of these and pop this up a little bit. It's only $7.24, so I feel like I could even make another card, and I think I will. So maybe I won't double this because that'll take a little extra time, and I think that this is going to work just fine right down here like this. And then I'm going to stamp another little greeting underneath it. So I think that'll look great. We've got time to make a couple of quick cards. I love quick cards. You guys know that. Now, what color card base should we use for this? Should we focus a little bit on that honey mustard? I don't think the prickly pear is going to look that good because I don't think there's enough of it. Here's the prickly pear. Here, let me get this out of the way so we can really look together. And then I'll show you the honey mustard. I thought about white. I don't know. Maybe this does look okay. So here's the prickly pear. It might look better up against a piece of white cardstock. So let's Look at it here. Oh no, I threw my thanks. Just fell off my table. Oh no, it's caught in the rug. There we go. Okay, so this is the prickly pear. That looks really pretty. Okay, so people are saying tomato soup, so I'll get a piece of that. I'm gonna cut it because I think it makes a difference when you cut it like that. It'd be unfair advantage on the prickly pear's part. Now the tomato soup looks like that. And then we have to look at honey mustard because, you know, because we have to. I have one cut already of honey mustard. So there are the three colors that we used. Oh, that's pretty too. Okay. So I'm seeing no on the tomato. A lot of people saying, oh, a lot of people saying yes on the tomato now. So this probably looks too similar. But I think this, I really like this because I don't see much of the prickly pear in there, and I feel like it brings the little tiny bit out that's in there. But I like the tomato soup too. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, so hard to decide. And the last option is getting away from all of the colors that are in here and going with something like craft to kind of just let the colors be the focus in the card. I know I'm throwing everybody here, right? So let's look at craft together. Okay. So Tom, what do you think? I see so many comments. No craft, no craft. Okay, no craft. Okay, no on the craft. Too drab? It does look nice, but maybe a little drab. Okay, I'm seeing mostly prickly pear. I think they all look nice. Maybe I need to make a whole box of these. If I made one in each color, wouldn't that be a nice little gift set to give somebody? Maybe do a birthday one, like a happy birthday and a thank you and a... Okay. All right, we're going to go with the prickly pear because that seems to be the most popular. But we'll save these other colors because I'm going to do a second card, and we're going to use one of those for the second card. Okay, so... All right. You guys are awesome. Thank you for helping me. I love that. Okay, so I'm going to adhere this panel onto my dark chocolate panel. I better be careful not to, because it's going to stick through. Alrighty. And I used Master Layouts 2 to cut all of that. Now it'd be nice if I could actually glue it on straight or tape it on straight. Oh! I got to do it again. I was going to say, I'm sorry, my roots are getting in the way, but I don't have roots today for one day. I don't have roots. Okay. There we go. And then let me score this. I'm not going to use embossing powder on my next card. I'm going to try the stamping foam. I think we should see what it looks like with the stamping foam. Why not? I got the embossing tool out. We might as well. You guys are all so nice. I know. I mean, everybody has their favorites, and thank you for being patient with me if your favorite wasn't called. All right, that's the prickly pear. And again, I don't think it looks as good unless it's up against white. You can really see that color difference. Ooh, look at that. Peekaboo, thanks. Okay. So there we go. Now I'm going to use a little bit of Connect glue to put this thanks on here. But before I put the thanks on, and where is my Connect glue? Do I have one? Is this one that... Let's see here. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to stamp a greeting here. So I can stamp like for all you do. Thanks for all you do. I like that because, yeah, let's do that. So before I glue the thanks down, I want to get the for all you do on there So this way I know there's room for it. If I glue the thanks down first, there might not be room for it. And we want to make sure we have the room. So we can always position the thanks somewhere, but we can't always position that little greeting if we take up too much room. So I'm going to get that right in the corner there and put the magnet on that. And then we're going to do For All You Do. It is a simple little card, isn't it? Okay. Oh, I'm so sorry. Rip Craft. You guys crack me up. Yeah, I know. You wanted craft. I'm sorry. Okay. For All You Do. Is that going to be straight? Now, I know I show you this trick a lot, but there's always new people, so I want to just show it one more quick time. And for those of you that have been here for a while, bear with me. You've seen this before. But what I'm going to do is I want to make sure that this is straight, and it's a little hard for me to see. So I'm just going to put my piece of acetate right here in the corner. I'm going to tape it down like that. And I'm going to take just a little bit of black ink, and I'm going to ink up that stamp, and I'm going to stamp it onto the acetate to make sure that looks straight. And you see, I can see it. Yeah, that's straight. I'm happy with it. I don't have to worry that it's going to ruin my card. And now I can take my tidy towel and just clean that acetate off. And I know it's positioned in the right spot. So if you're ever not sure and you don't want to take the chance, just use your little sheet of acetate to give it a check first. And the acetate, I just pulled that off of my stamp set. That's the back of my stamp set. I'm going to put it back on there. So I hope you'll like that little tip. Okay. So now I'm going to find a brown ink cube here in my ink cube set. This is my ink cube thing that I got at organizemore.com. I think they're out of them right now. I think they'll probably come back in stock again, but I keep my ink cubes in here. So I think I'll do the dark chocolate. I might as well be consistent with the browns. Okay. So I might stamp it twice, we'll see. But it's taken the ink really beautifully. Oh, that looks so nice, doesn't it? I should zoom in a bit so you can see how crisp that looks. Looks really nice. Oh, thank you. I like it. I like the rainbow in there. It makes me feel happy when I look at it too. I'm going to give it one more layer just to darken it up a little bit. Nice and crisp. These stamps are stamping so nicely. Okay, and then we're going to use Connect Glue, and we're going to pop this thanks right over that. So let's do that. Move that over. And I think we've got plenty of time. So Tom, your music, everybody's loving your music. So thank you for playing music over there in the dead space. But I have to ask, do you have a word of the day?
I do have a word of the day.
Oh, you do? I didn't see you all day because I was at the salon for like 4 hours today.
Okay, the word of the day. So we have shoppers out there.
Yes, we do.
Our wonderful customers. And I just saw somebody talking about stocking up during shortages. And so the word of the day has to do with if you've ever done any kind of hoarding or purchasing or to kind of help with like trying to avoid the problems with supply chains.
Oh, like cardstock?
Yeah, cardstock and peanut butter and things like that.
Cardstock and peanut butter. It's all you need.
So you would be shapocalypsing.
Yes, everybody stock up on your cardstock. Shapocalypse.
Shapocalypsing.
Oh my God. I just got a little glue on the outside here because I slid it around. So I just just taking my craft pick and just kind of cleaning it up a little bit. There we go. All right, so there's my finished card. So that's the first card. That is a great word of the day, Tom. I love that. All right, I'll bring this card back in the mix in just a little bit. I'm going to move this, and we might use that again. We'll see. But for my next card, I really feel like I want to try the Simon Hurley Stamping Foam. So, actually, I am going to use this Misty again. So let me get rid of this. I have to try it with the stamping foam. I want to see what the designs look like. So I was thinking of, let's see, it stains. The stamping foam can stain. I use this with like some Plum Punch ink, but who cares, right? Doesn't matter if it stains as long as it doesn't transfer. So I was thinking I could take this big stamp and put this here, and then I could put two small stamps up here. Like this one is kind of a fat stamp. I could put that over here like that. And then this one maybe sweeping down like that. So it looks like falling leaves, and then the big leaf. Okay, so now that I know how I kind of want that, I'm just going to like grab them like that with the Misty. Did you see I kind of just pressed on it with the Misty? I'm going to back up a little bit because this way I know that they're in a good spot, that, you know, I've got a lot of this block covered. Okay. So now I'm going to heat up the stamping foam. If you've never used the Simon Hurley stamping foam, it's really fun because you can put an impression in it from just about anything. I've used embossing folders, I've used stencils, I've used dies, I've used die plates, and now I'm going to use these stamps. I've also used like the back of a wicker chair. I've used a basket. You can use just about anything. So I'm going to heat this up. And all you want to do is just heat it real well on your block. I mean, with your heat tool, you just want to heat the whole thing. And don't forget to go around the edges too, because you want your design to go all the way to the edge. So I'm just getting this nice and hot. Just for a few seconds. Okay. I think that's good. Now I'm going to press it right into that design. There we go. Now, if you don't have a lot of strength, you can use a big acrylic block on top to press it down. So you have this big acrylic block for background stamps. You can also use your plates for your die cutting machine. That would work. Maybe your big A plate, the white one, to get pressure on there if you feel like you can't get enough pressure. I like using the block because it gets more even pressure. And I'm just putting all my weight on it, so you can probably see my head and my nose. Sorry about that. But I really want to get some pressure in it. And it won't hurt your stamps. It won't hurt your dies. It won't hurt anything. It doesn't like get melty or anything like that. So let's see what this design looks like. Ooh, that looks pretty cool. Okay. So I think this is going to be a cool batik kind of look that you get with this. And let's use those same colors again, but we'll use the ink cubes this time. So let me find those. So we're going to go with tomato soup, honey mustard, and some prickly pear. And actually, if we wanted to, we could add a completely different color in there. We could do like plum punch in there, which would be really pretty for autumn. Why don't we do that? Let's just go for it. I love this color combination. But I'm not going to mix the yellow and the plum together. I'm going to mix the plum and the tomato soup, and then the tomato soup and the honey mustard. I know I'm really far away now, but some of you watch me on a big screen, so I'm still really big. Okay, and the other thing that you need for this technique is you need a spray bottle with some water, and this is the Distress Sprayer. So I'm just using this. Any little spray bottle will do. And now I'm going to get a piece of paper ready and on standby. Okay. And then I'm going to ink this up. So I'm going to start with a little plum punch. And I'm doing a circular motion across this here. And then I'm going to add some tomato soup into that. And I know some of you worry about cross-contamination. I don't worry about it that much. It doesn't bother me. I just like rub my cubes off if I feel like there's anywhere there shouldn't be some. And then I'm going to do the honey mustard down here at the bottom. I'm going to add a little bit more tomato soup in here right over this honey mustard. Okay. And then I'm going to add more honey mustard. Okay, that'll give me a good blend. Okay, now I'm going to spritz this with my water bottle. I'm going to spritz it off the camera because I don't want to get it all over my paper. So I'm going to start it and then I'm going to give it a couple spritzes with water. Did I get everything? I think I did. Okay, here we go. And I'm going to stamp it down. I'm going to hold it there for a minute. Okay. There we go. Ooh, isn't that pretty? Oh, that looks so pretty. I could have gotten a little bit more here. Can I do it? Let's just see if I can do it. I think I can do it. There we go. I wanted to get that in there. Okay. So now I'm going to dry this with my heat tool. And it's okay if it looks kind of, you know, watery and ripply. That's okay. It's supposed to kind of give it that look. But isn't that pretty? No, you don't need to use watercolor paper, Michelle. I just use regular old white Gina K Designs cardstock. I know it's not perfect right there, but I'm not too worried about it because it does give it that watercolor look. So I know it scared me too. It's okay though. We made it. We made it. But isn't it cool? It's so different looking, but doesn't it have a I don't know, just like it has such a beautiful autumn feel, but it looks like batik fabric. It's so fun. Okay. All right, so then we're going to cut this out. Yeah, see, it's not perfect up here. It's a little bit out of the, you know, out of sorts there, but that's okay. That's what makes it look so cool. Now let's cut this out using, oh gosh, I got to zoom out again. We're going to use Master Layouts 2 again. And the reason why I'm cutting it out after I did all that work instead of before is because it's a lot easier to see it than to stamp it straight on a piece of paper that's already cut out. So we're going to just do it this way. All right. Let's see here. Okay. So, and if your dies ever bend, you could just bend them back into shape. I mean, they bend because they have nothing in the center. And so when the roller gets in there, they're going to bend. There's nothing wrong with them. That happens to any big open die that's like a rectangle or a square. Okay, so I'm going to get a little bit of washi tape here, and I'm going to tape this down. No, Plum Punch isn't in the kit. The new colors, I didn't even think to use that new orchid color. That would have been beautiful too. It's the orchids and the lilacs that are in there. They're very bluish purples and really, really deep purpley pink. Okay, so I think that looks pretty good. And I'm just going to tape that down so it doesn't move. Do the same thing over here so it doesn't move. And then I'm going to cut it. Don't forget, oh, thank you so much. That's so nice that you guys like the video. That really does help my channel when you hit the thumbs up button. It also helps my channel when people hit the thumbs down button too. I know that sounds crazy, but with YouTube, even when people make a nasty comment, it helps the algorithm. It makes more people come to my channel. So if If you don't like somebody and you don't want them to come, you don't want people to come to their channel, don't make a comment, even a mean one, because you're actually helping them. Okay, so now, which is kind of funny, isn't it? It's kind of comical in a way that somebody gives you a thumbs down and YouTube says, oh, yay, people are interacting with the video. I should send it out to more people. All right, now I'm going to cut this one. And if you ever have trouble cranking it through your machine, just turn it so that one little corner goes in first. And let's cut another thanks die. Might as well. I'll just cut it right out of the center like that. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, you got to try the stamping foam. It's super fun. And you can use, I mean, those stamps are perfect for the stamping foam. So if you have your kit on the way, you'll be very excited to get it and try. And he's got bigger stamping foam too. I just dropped that die. I hope I can find it someday. He's got bigger stamping foam, and he's got stamping foam in other shapes, like a heart. I think he just came out with a circle. So it's pretty fun stuff. And then we can put this thanks right on there. Oh, that's pretty. I like it. Okay, so let me get rid of this. And then you can just make a card that says thanks. You don't have to have another word with it. So let's zoom in a bit again. And now we'll pick our background color. So I don't think, it's a good thing I didn't use Prickly Pear because we've got these two colors left. We've got Honey Mustard left. And then, oh, of course, we could do Plum Punch too. But I'm not even bringing that into the mix. Even though I want to, I'm not. I feel like Tomato Soup might be the perfect color for this because it's in the middle of the card. So it's not as much toward, it's not toward the top or the bottom. And I think I'm going to give this a little extra tape up here and at the bottom just because it was wet. And like I said, I don't use watercolor paper for this. You can, so don't feel like you can't, but I don't think it's necessary. And if you want to stamp on it then afterwards, it's nice smooth paper. So you could stamp right on that if you wanted to add a greeting. Okay, so what do we use? Do we use Honey Mustard? There's the Honey Mustard card base. Let's give you the real effect of what it would look like there. That's what it would look like. Or do we go with Tomato Soup? Here we go. Okay. Now I got Tom's like trying to scroll the comments so I can see Tomato Soup or Honey Mustard. This is our heavy base weight cardstock. It's 100 pound. So we'll look one more time. Tomato Soup or Honey Mustard. I don't know now. I'm liking both. Okay, do you guys just want to see Plum Punch? Do you just want to see it? Just want to see it? Okay, oh my gosh. Here's Plum Punch. Are we going to change our minds? Or are we sticking to it? I feel like more people are saying Tomato Soup. Plum. Yeah, the plum is cool, huh? Tom, do you think Tomato Soup or Honey Mustard got more loves? Or Plum Punch?
Tomato Soup.
Tomato Soup, you think?
Yeah. The plum is coming around.
Plum's coming around. It's so fun to see them all. But again, when you mix three colors like this, it's really nice because this makes such a nice gift set. You could do this same exact thing 3 times and do one on each one and make one a birthday card, one a thank you card, and one a thinking of you card. And you've got a great gift set. And it's so easy to put that together. Okay, to be honest with you, I personally like the Honey Mustard the best. And I think I like Plum second. Oh my gosh. All right, let's do the plum. I wasn't going to do the plum. I'm going to do the plum. Such a hard decision. I don't even know if I like it. I'm just doing it because, oh man. It's really hard and I always feel bad. I actually lose sleep at night. Did I pick the right color? Are people upset? And I know that's really silly because you guys are never upset. We're just having fun. And I know that. In my brain, I know that. In my heart, I worry. Okay. Okay, so let me tell you what I don't like about the plum. And I'm going to change my mind right now. I can't see the brown. I can't see the brown. I can see the brown on the tomato, and I can see the brown on the honey mustard. And I think I can see the brown best on the honey mustard. So I feel like I got to go with that. Oh my gosh. Everybody, see, everybody's being so encouraging. Gina, you made the right choice with the plum. And now I'm going against my own wishes here.
Well, plum is healthier, but tomato soup is better on a warm day or a cold day. And then honey mustard is kind of exciting if you have like pretzels to go with it.
Tom, food blogger Tom over there is chiming in with his opinion. That's awesome. Okay, well, the only reason why I went with this color is because of that brown. You see, I think that kind of set the tone there for me. So I'm going to add this down here at the bottom, and it's just going to say thanks, I think. We'll see. Maybe it'll say more. Let me pick this little thing off the top there. There we go. I know it's a hard call. People are leaving right now because their color wasn't picked. So you know what Tom ordered, and it was the best thing ever. And if you guys have never had them, you need to have them. He ordered Philadelphia pretzels, soft pretzels. And if you've never had a Philadelphia pretzel, you have to get one. You have to try it. They are the best thing ever, the soft pretzels. They used to sell them on the street corners when I was a kid. I mean, they would come right up to your car. Do you remember, Tom?
I do.
That was so awesome. They don't do that anymore, I guess, in COVID days. That's probably not okay. But we ordered them from this Philadelphia pretzel place online. And if you want some fantastic snack food, you got me all hungry for pretzels now because of the honey mustard. You got to try it. All right. So there's the finished card. I feel like we could put some little embellishments on this one. Maybe a few little sprinkles on it. Wouldn't that be pretty to have a few little sequins on there? Maybe so. But we'll save that for another time because I used almost the whole hour here, but I made 2 cards tonight, Tom, so we get to give 2 cards away, and that makes me really happy. I wonder if I could put like many, or do we have many thanks? Yeah, we do. Many thanks right there. I'm going to do it. Oh my gosh, I'm going to stress myself out so much, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to add many, and I'm going to stamp it right on the card. While I'm doing that, well, let me do it first. We can still talk. So how you doing, Tom?
I'm very hungry now.
Me too.
I'm going to go home and try to find some pretzels and mustard, and that actually sounds really good. Pretzels, mustard, tomato soup, and just a plum for dessert.
Oh, doesn't that sound yummy? It really does.
See, I craft.
You crack?
I craft.
Oh, you craft? Is this crafting? Because you made food suggestions? All right, I could move that up a little bit. I have to see this first, though. I can't trust this at all after all this work. I have to do the acetate trick on this one. See, I should have just made the commitment to be done with thanks, you know? If it's not straight, I'm not stamping it. So we'll see. Everybody's holding their breath and everybody's thinking, Gina, you're crazy. Why are you doing that? Okay, that's not straight. So Nope, nope, nope. So here's the finished cards right there. I'm not taking chances with somebody's card that I'm sending them.
Cheesy drum roll, please.
All right.
And the winners are
All
winner
right.
number 1
is going to get the Emboss Resist card.
Okay, prickly pear. Pear sounds pretty good there too for dessert.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, Susan Schmauch.
Susan
Schmauch.
Congratulations, Susan. Woohoo!
Yes.
All right. Now, who's going to get the stamping foam card? This
Okay,
card.
and the second card full of thanks goes to Kathleen Finnegan.
Kathleen,
Finnegan.
Congratulations. Okay, ladies, just send your name and address to info@ginakdesigns.com, and I will get your cards right out to you. Let them know whether you won the Emboss Resist card or the foam card, the stamping foam card. That's important. That helps because then I know which one to send you. And if you've been waiting for a card from me, I actually just sent like 6 cards out yesterday. So they're on their way. It takes me a little while. I collect a few names first and then I do them all at once. All right, everybody. Well, this was so much fun. Tom and I will be back on Thursday at noon Central Time for another Crafternoon Stamp and Chat. And then I'll be back on the weekend with another 5-minute card video. Until then, stay safe, stay healthy. We love you all so very much. And we'll see you again real soon. Bye-bye.